President Sharp?
Yes.
What? Fellas, I might get cut shaking your hand. My God. Hello, everyone. Hello, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We made it. We made it. Officially, this is, the week. One full week to the 7th that we're into 2020.
Yes.
So congratulations, we've made it. I know many people that didn't make it, but we did. So let's be grateful about that. Now, does everyone know each other? No. Who knows someone in the room? Who knows no one in the room? That is a problem. That is a problem. I will give you a few minutes to introduce yourselves, because one thing about leadership, especially in 2020, it takes a village. Now I'm from many places. My mom is complicated now. I was born here. All right. Now, my mother is from Jamaica. My father is from Grenada. Anyone here from the Caribbean?
Yes.
Yes.
Where in the Caribbean?
Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. Nice. Who else? I heard two yeses.
Dominica.
Dominic. All right. Yeah. My father's from Grenada. My wife is from Trinidad.
Oh, yeah.
Who did that? I heard a woo.
Me.
All the way. She heard that. My great-great-grandfather's from Haiti. And they say I have some Nigerian features. So I may also be from Nigeria. So many different places.
Yes.
Many different places. And it takes a village, especially in 2020. Because how I became, well, I'm gonna show a video, how I became so successful, it wasn't, ooh, this looks nice. It wasn't due to myself only. I had a village. I had mentors. I had some training as well. Not the high quality, high level training that you guys have now. I wished I had this type of training. I wished I heard what you're about to hear right now. It would maximize my potential. Maximize my potential. And so first of all, I congratulate Jason here for bringing forward, and also student government, for bringing forward such a premier student leadership session workshop. It's very important. I had to oftentimes try to cipher my way through. Made lots of mistakes, learn from my mistakes. Now, I don't want you to be an expert learning from your mistakes. That's uncalled for. So now you have an opportunity to learn from those that have gone before you. All right, and I've done many leadership sessions throughout the country, throughout the world. And I want to say how very important it is to learn, to have an opportunity to meet face to face the people that really made the difference. Again, I wished I Googled, I did all these things just to find my way, and more. Walk into sessions, rush sessions, but you leaders don't have to do that. You're here, and you're here for a reason. So let me say this. Notebooks out. If you don't have a notebook, have it out. If you don't have a pen, have it out as well. I want everyone to stand. Please stand. And stretch. There's a reason for that. Well, not only is it's about 1, 2 o'clock, typically the body gets slower, and you just ate. So okay, this is needed. But it's to stretch your mind, stretch your body to be able to have capacity to learn, to get what you're about to get now. It's important. Now, did I also say to introduce yourself? Did you do that already? No, you thought I forgot. Introduce yourself, please. Please, let everyone know your name. Let's do it. Let's do it. Those that are shy, just call your bluff. Let's do it. No, I see some people. One friend. Come on, let's walk. Let's. Coach. What's your name? Pleasure. Zoe. Very nice. Nice to meet you as well. Nice. So all the introverts in the room. You can't make it work. You gotta make a move. All right. Wait there. If what? Like what you want to call it? All right, everyone can take a seat now. Very nice. I hear someone wanted just commented, why do I do it like this? Why didn't I stand on the chair and say, hey guys, I'm XYZ, 1, 2, 3, my major is... I'm sensing your answer. Yes, no doubt. All right, let's do this. I hope this sound.
I'm Christopher Brown, the founder of the Butler Group, the whisperer for youth and millennial service providers. You may ask, who is Christopher Brown? Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Now, my neighborhood, where I grew up, was notorious for its crime, primarily amongst the youth and millennial demographic. Not many of my friends graduated from high school, so the maximum achievement was you graduating from high school, and not many of my friends did that. So it was very interesting for me. I looked around and I realized that not many people were getting anywhere. The situation was getting worse. So I said to myself, I had to do something to break the cycle. So I ventured out. My mom brought me to the US and, she said to me, hey, there's a college close to where you live. Why don't you apply? Why don't you take a stab at it? And I did. I got accepted and the rest was history. I broke every record regarding business and finance at Brooklyn College and the entire CUNY system for that matter. And I received a national scholarship to go to Switzerland to study professional communications, business law, and diplomacy, which was pretty cool. There I saw a lot and I experienced a lot, especially attending one of the most prestigious colleges in Switzerland. And when I came back, especially when the cost of attending the college was so expensive, I remember having to raise $21,000 in less than 3 weeks to go to the school. And I did it, and I went to Switzerland. And when I came back, I said to myself, I have to give back so that others can get this quality experience. So I started a fund, and that's now approaching close to $1 million, hundreds of thousands of dollars for students to get an international education. And now I'm honored to have the opportunity to facilitate colleges, professional organizations, schools to adequately service their youth and millennial demographic. So it's really interesting now, raising funds, advancing program development and design, and we're involved, the Butler Group is involved in many cutting-edge, groundbreaking initiatives. For example, technology, education, healthcare. It's pretty cool. There, it's me in a nutshell. It's really hard work, and you really need to have a vast imagination to really make a difference.
All right, that's me in a nutshell. So I don't have to take 2 hours to do this. All right, it's me in a nutshell. So you can ask the questions later on regarding how I did it. Now this time is for you. Understand right now that this is the most important, I'm serious, the most important time, 2 hours right now in your 2020, in the year 2020. Because we're going to really focus on you. That's the aim right now, to focus on you. So I did ask Jason, I don't know if he had an opportunity to do so, to have you take an assessment. Coach, what are we talking about? Okay. Briggs Myers personality assessment. Have you done so?
Yes.
Almost.
Almost done.
Almost. Oh boy. Because, so, don't call me professor, don't call me doc, don't call me sir. No, coach. Most people call me coach more than my real name, Christopher. And I love Christopher Brown at a point in time until the whole Rihanna Chris Brown situation. I was rocking it. No, really, I was rocking it until, you know, the situation. Yeah, I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. So, all right. So this is about you. So I want you to tune in, focus what we're about to listen to right now. So I did mine again. Yes, I did mine. So many students, many professionals are saying, Coach, what is the best thing for me to do in 2020? And I asked, well, what's your focus? And I asked the same question too. What do you want to accomplish in 2020? Let's do that. Anyone? Go ahead. Better. Graduate. Okay. What else?
Become a better person than I was here.
Okay. Self-improvement. Okay.
Understanding where I want to be in 5 years, or at least like have a set like goals in mind.
No, that's
too broad.
Yeah, have goals in mind. Be specific.
Okay.
Not too deep. If you have a $1 billion idea, don't be too.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Don't give it away.
Don't give it away. Generally, what do you want to achieve in this decade, new decade 2020?
I want to keep my relationship with people around me.
Ooh, okay. So be more self-aware. Yes, okay. Self-aware. Who else? Let's go on this side. All right. 2020. What do you want to achieve in 2020? Go ahead. Get a job. What job? Because let's be specific there.
Yeah, in the nursing home.
Okay. Career. All right. One more. On this side. All right. Go ahead.
Start my own business.
Start my own business.
In what?
Oh, all right. In what?
Catering.
Catering.
Take care.
So you know her, huh? No? Okay. All right. So, 2020. People termed it as the year of vision. People term it, yes, of strategy. 2020 vision. I see a lot of memes out that wants everyone to realize, yeah, now I'm on my game. Now I'm being focused. Now it's good to look outward. I want X, Y, Z, a new house, new car, new job. That's good.
What about looking inward?
That's good. However, many years pass, right? We've been saying Happy New Year for a while, right? I'm just saying, right? So how can we make this year a truly happy new year? That's the question. So that's why I said to myself, let's look inward. An introspection. Because, listen, once you figure out yourself, I'm still figuring out myself, by the way. It's a work in progress. It's a work in
Life is a
progress.
learning experience.
Life is a learning experience. What's your name? Denise. All right. What's your last name?
Feliz.
Rolls up. Nice. 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 So let's focus on ourselves. How can we achieve our excellence by looking inward? Because there are many habits that we want to change as well. But if you make, I'm not accusing anyone. Let me use a disclaimer. I am not judging anyone. But many of us say, you know what, I'm going to lose weight. Wow. Many of us say, okay, I am going to achieve X, Y, Z. But we try, I'm going to stop smoking, I'm going to stop drinking, I'm going to party less, whatever it is. But we always tend to veer right back into our old ways.
Yeah.
So, here's one. I'll start with me. Judgment-free zone. Judgment-free zone. So, here, they say, if you haven't done this, I strongly, did I say strongly?
Yeah.
Strongly. Very strongly. I'm a lefty, by the way, so you know how that goes. Hieroglyphics, if you, can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like this.
Hey.
That's
Hey.
interesting.
So, if you haven't done this, make sure you do it. So I'll put myself, there's a free test, by the way. And for all those that's looking, not here, but in the online world, Human Matrix. We're talking about the assessment, your personality test assessment. Very important. So it's not the end game crystal ball of who you are. It's a work in progress. It can assess who you are, what actions do you tend to make regarding the decisions or regarding the information that you have in front of you, the environment. So it's not the crystal ball, the end-all, do-all, but it is a measure of yourself. So they say, I am an ENTJ. Who here is an ENTJ?
Wait, what? You what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait. No.
What are you?
I'm an ENFJ.
Woo, we'll talk about that. Okay. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. It's good. Now, there is no bad personality. There is no best personality. It's your personality. Yeah. All right. Now, however, though, you have to weigh and measure. You have to know it. You have to be able to, knowing yourself, to check yourself. So they say I'm a 1% E. What's E? Extrovert. What's an extrovert?
Me.
Person who likes to go outside very often.
A person likes to go outside very often.
To
Okay.
explore the walls.
Okay.
Not from
A
the
person
strangers.
who's very outgoing and socialized really with people.
Okay. Nice. Madam Business Owner. Kidding. If what? Ego. Okay. Okay. Ego. Egotistical. Okay. Whoa, okay. All right. One more. What's an extrovert?
The person that is not afraid of saying what they're thinking and actually expressing themselves.
Interesting. So do you see myself as an extrovert?
Yeah.
Yes,
You express yourself.
exactly.
But believe it or not, I am only 1% extrovert.
This is my
What? Now, essentially 34%. Now, listen, the percentage on this chart says that you prefer, as for me, I'm putting myself out there, you prefer, you have a marginal 1% preference of being an extrovert than, what's the dichotomy here?
Introvert.
Than an introvert. Than an introvert. Now, this column here measures your favorite world. Your favorite world. Your favorite world. So, meaning to say, your favorite world for me, marginally, is that I am very expressive. I am able to mingle very easily with someone, hold up a conversation. It comes natural to me. So if you're an E, it's good. Very likable oftentimes. And so my favorite world is the outside world. Now, on the flip side, an introvert is what? Your inner world.
Inner self.
Your inner self. What's that? What's your inner self? Let's be inner self. Whoa.
Your inner self is like who you are at the core of your being, like what you think.
So, what is an example of an extrovert? Well, an introvert.
Me. Well, hoodie, you know, usually I'm kind of like very to myself, not in a crowd. I'm to the side, not in the center.
Okay. Okay. What else? Like that.
Don't like to socialize.
Don't like to socialize. Hate people?
Well,
When that's
I know it's a joke. No, if that's the case, easy. Go ahead. That's correct. So, with an introvert, you'll often see someone on the corner, right? Look him right now. Oh, I like, whoa, testing, testing. In the corner. In the corner. Not in the center of, attention. But if you, according to the Jamaicans, they hold a vibe. They sit on the corner and watch things. They're more, their favorite world is their inner self. They like to think, meditate, muse, watch the world and really be able to, you often see them by themselves, not just thinking. Staying to themselves. Now, if that's you, who's an introvert? Who's an introvert? Okay. Who's an extrovert? So I'm assuming everyone else is an extrovert. So what about the rest of you guys?
I'm kind of actually.
What's that?
he's in between.
I'm not telling
It's omnivorous.
you. What are you?
Omnivores.
Introvert.
That's a good one.
All right. Now, leaders, listen up carefully. There's no good or bad dichotomy. If you're an E, if you're an I, cool. But you have to weigh and measure. Because an extrovert has a lot of haters. Let me preface that. We get ourselves into a lot of trouble. Because oftentimes, because since we're in the center of attention, our mouth may slip. We may say something that, it may rub someone the wrong way. People may think we are very egotistical because we're out there. So you have to weigh and measure. There's a time and place. Also, with an introvert, you have to be careful. We're in New York City, and those that are by themselves in a corner typically get left behind. I mean, straight. If you want to lead a committee, and this is my belief, we're leaders. You're here because you're a leader. You're not trying to be, you don't want to be, you're a leader. Own it. That's why I'm here as well. Own it. Now, as an introvert, you have to also weigh and measure. Because there's some times you have to step up. There's some times that you have to take the spotlight. You have a team, you have team members, 5, 6. Let me hit home. There is a group presentation, and typically the introvert hates group presentation. Hint, hint, facts, team. Hate group presentation, because you have to engage in a group. Oftentimes we all have to present. Oh, it's like a drag. However, it's necessary. In the real world, to present your business plan to an angel investor, you can't be in the corner.
Like close mouth and best friend.
Oh, closed mouth. You are more than 34%.
I agree.
31. Now, so you have to weigh and measure. You have to step up when it calls for you to step up. And for the extrovert, you have to step down. Tone it down when it's time to tone it down. Weigh and measure. But it's good to know yourself and to check yourself. The extrovert oftentimes they need to study, but a party, let me stop. All right. All right. N. What's N? You say ooh, okay. What's N?
Intuitive.
Intuitive. Now what's the dichotomy of N? What's the other side of N? S. Sensing. So they say I am 44% of an intuitive person. 44%. So I prefer intuition over sensing 44% of the time. Well, no, I have a 44% more of a preference. That's the difference. Now, what's interesting here, because with this column here, it's how you process information. Information. How you process information. So, now, I'll take a stab at the recent news. So I'll go. Should I do this? Should I do this?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Everyone has to say it. I'll just change my mind. Should I say what I'm thinking of saying?
Say it off the chest, man. Say it.
Get off my chest. So leaders, there's a very recent incident that a war is brewing. Okay? Iran situation. Now, touch and go. Touch, go. Now, if you are a sensing person, you get all your information from your eyes, ears, no, from the media, from the radio. That's your goal. Whatever it says, it says. So, an example. I did this. I rolled out a drone strike to stop a war. Boom. Now, you're a sensing person. Here's what it is. Okay, you did it to stop a war. It's in the news, it's what's being published. That's it. Right. So when I ask you, that's your opinion. He did it to stop a war. If you're an intuitive person, you look a bit deeper. You question things a lot. You say, wait a minute. The timing, what's happening around the situation. I want to really go high level, not really touch it. All right. Is it really to stop a war? Is it So now you kind of question things. And oftentimes those that are ends, intuitive, typically they are more perceptive to conspiracy theories. They dig deeper. So, if you're an N, a again, weigh and measure. There may be things that, oh, coach again. I just have another example. Touch and go. So if your significant other says, "Hon, darling, I am late because of the train." Okay? If you're an intuitive person, all right, I touch and I go. All right? You look deeper into that. Let me check the time. But overthink. You overthink to the point that it kind of, sometimes you can't even sleep because it's on your mind. You oh snap. Okay, it's on your mind. And to get it off your chest, you're not. If you're a citizen person, oftentimes, okay, that's cool. That's information that I received, you take it as gold. Weigh and measure. If you're a sensing person that gets your information from your senses, oftentimes, well, I don't want to say oftentimes, use the situation, assess the situation more. Okay? Not all that you hear is true. Not all that you see is true. There are reasons behind it. If you are an intuitive person, oftentimes, take it easy. It's oftentimes black and white. It's often, don't dig deep into stuff. Too deep. Don't lose sleep of certain stuff. Weigh and measure. Know when to. Know when to, because it can drive you crazy. My wife, as well, is an intuitive person. Woo! Man, I tell you, she overthinks a lot. And especially as a student, overthinking may get you the wrong answer. How much times in multiple choice, the answer is A. You did, no, it can't be A because, and what, that example, and you get it wrong. Simply because you overthink. Weigh and measure. All right? I see a lot of eyes lighting up. Weigh and measure, please. Well, that's how you process information. T. What's the dichotomy of, what's T? Thinking. That's correct. What is the dichotomy? What's the flip side of T? Feeling. Oh my gosh, now this will get me in trouble. Feeling. They say I am 19%. Not bad. Not bad. I toned down. I was like 47%.
Wow. What?
Yeah. 16? Yes. No, 19. 19. Now, whoo. Thinking and feeling. Thinking and feeling. What's the difference here? Thinking and feeling. Typically, thinking, people that have a strong or has a thinking preference, they use logic over feeling. Reasoning over emotion. Woo! Remember, I was like 49%.
What was this?
That was in my whole life when I was the chief operating officer. When I looked at everyone as a dollar amount. When, if you work for me, this is not my example, but let's read between the lines here. Let's say an employee comes in late. As a team, 50 minutes late, 30 minutes late. Come up to you. And they said, oh, well, you know what? My apartment flooded because the person on the upper floor had a pipe burst and water came into your apartment. That's why I'm 30 minutes late. The T in you, if you're a T, like, I don't care.
What does that have to do with you?
What does it have to do with me? You relate? You cost me X amount of dollars. Serious. I don't care. Your grandmother did that. Serious. It was that. I can't say this on camera, but typically T's, especially when you're very high on the rational scale, you can be a real jerk. Thank you for that. You can be a real jerk. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Now, the F, feeling. Woo! In that same scenario, it's okay. It's all right. You may be very stressed out right now. You know, you don't have to come in right. You want to take some time off? Oh my God, I can't. Typically, very emotional, very present in the other person's emotional state. If what? If what?
Yes.
A 99? Well, in general, that's a 99% feeling. Well, in general. Now, if you are in a sentimental relationship, I went there, and you are a T, listen, knock knock, let me get your attention.